Okay. Uh, we should be live now. All right, we are live now. I think. All right. So we are live. Let me make sure that I got the right microphone. Microphone. All right. So yeah. Okay, so we do have the right microphone. Glad I found a way to get this to work. So, the title says it all, and apparently I forgot to turn the channel on so I could go live on YouTube with or stream through OBS and all that. Because I thought it was already on. So I guess I didn't forget. I just thought it was already on and figured we'd be live. But anyways, we are live now and it is sending data. So and talk about this very interesting today with the big news from Tennessee that everybody was waiting for. So what? Whole show. So let me. All right. Here we go. So we're gonna voice track the show too. That we are going to. We're gonna do the sports part of it first. So let me find the intro music and we'll actually talk about this. I could talk about it on the stream. We're going live, but yeah. And normally wouldn't be broadcasting today. In fact, I haven't broadcasted in quite a while, but after that big news that came out today, honestly, I got to. Because this is going to be really interesting to dissect and talk about. And especially since I got the YouTube stuff working. So I'll explain about that here in just a little bit. So here we go. Well. Hello, everybody, and welcome in to another edition of Sports Talk. That is what it is. The Sports Talk edition of the Kid Coggins Radio Show. I am Kid Coggins here with you on this Saturday afternoon. And I tell you what, if anybody has not checked social media today, we'll stay right here because we're about to get into something very crazy. And I've got us streaming live on YouTube. Finally got that set up. Finally figured out Finally figured out a way on how to get it to work because OBS wouldn't want to cooperate with creating a live stream that way directly within OBS. So get Restream connected and set up, and here we are. Because I thought of doing it that way earlier this morning, and what do you know? It works. Here we are. And I was talking, and it took me a little bit to realize why I wasn't live on YouTube. And that is because I didn't hit the checkbox to turn streaming on, essentially. Like, I didn't check the checkbox that enables Restream to stream to my YouTube page. But anyways, everything is fixed now. And we're gonna fade out the music and actually talk about this stuff right now. So, in case people have not been on social media today, very interesting news out of Tennessee. Nico Iamaleava, and this is something that pretty much all Tennessee fans knew was coming. Like, we knew it was coming. We had the foresight. A lot of us have even talked about how Nico is not a 5-star quarterback, and we were just waiting for this to happen. So, well, you may ask, what happened? Well, what happened was, today was the orange and white game, and that is the game that wraps up spring practice. Well, there was practice yesterday, and Nico didn't show up. Didn't give a reason at all whatsoever. Just didn't show up. Then has the nerve, and apparently there was a contract negotiation, or he was trying to negotiate a new contract. And get this, he was trying to get $2.4 million from Tennessee. He wanted more money. This whole NIL thing that's going on. I've talked about this. Talked about this in several previous shows here on the station. And I have to say one thing. I am very proud of you, Tennessee, for putting your foot down when you knew to put your foot down. Very proud of you. Well done. And I'm actually pretty proud of you with that. And the reason why I'm speaking the way I'm speaking is because this is just stupid. Like, you really expect, after you have skipped, and watch my words fail me, after you have skipped practice, you have the idea in your mind that, oh, well, I'm just going to skip practice for no reason, and I'm just going to walk up and, ask for $2.4 million and a new contract. I'm sorry, but, even I'm not in college sports. I've never been a player, never will be a player. I'm just a broadcaster. And I may be only 20 years old. But even I know that is not a reality. I mean, if you don't know that isn't a reality, then I don't know what's up with you. Because even I know that's not a reality. I mean, who in their right mind, whether it be a school, a college, a workplace, whatever. I mean, if you are supposed to show up, you are scheduled to show up, and you don't give a reason, you're done. You're fired. You're gone. And in the case of college football, basketball, baseball, softball, for all the sports for that matter, you're kicked off the team. I mean, who in their right mind would think, oh, I'm just going to skip practice and then try to negotiate a new deal and get more money? $2.4 million to be exact. No, that is not how that works. And apparently, from what I remember, I think I heard that him and his representatives, like his agents and his father, all I have to say is, what are you thinking of having your father a part of this? That leads to trouble. Everybody knows that. I mean, what are you thinking? But anyways, apparently there was contract negotiations. I guess they were going on this week or whatever, because I heard that he did have meetings. Yes, meetings about this and probably other stuff as well. But apparently he skipped practice, which I guess there's no apparently about it. We already knew that. But he also skipped his meetings. So he skipped everything. And as the saying goes, you just shot yourself in the foot, Nico. That is probably the biggest burn on your career that could have ever happened, and nobody else caused it or did it but you. Apparently he is from California, and apparently the SEC has something where I guess he's not going to be able to go to any SEC teams. Didn't exactly hear or find out why. I'll have to look more into that. But the point is, and I also heard apparently he was only getting paid $4 million, but I have heard figures of $7 million. Either way, he was getting paid millions, far more than he should have been. So the nerve that he had to ask for $2.4 million after he's already getting paid millions, that's kind of crazy to me, in the sense that he would think that after he skipped practice and all his meetings, that he would get that, amount of money. Like, that's just pure stupidity. I mean, even I know that if I was in his situation and pulled something like that, which I wouldn't, especially with, that big time amount of money at stake. And I don't even think he thought about that or cares, but he is going to care now. I hope. I mean, it'd be in his best interest to, but needless to say, he'll be heading to the transfer portal coming up on Wednesday. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Sorry, I'm checking some stuff here. All right. But yeah, that's the big news out of Tennessee. Got a freshman quarterback, from what I remember, who will be starting. So I guess Tennessee had 4 quarterbacks. Now they only got 3. Gonna have to find a new quarterback. And there's also, I believe, another team looking for a quarterback. So it's untelling where this whole thing is going to go. Personally, in the case of Nico, I don't really care what happens. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. I don't care. He got kicked off the team, as he damn well deserved. And he messed up his career big time. Because this didn't just make local headlines. As in, this didn't just stay in Knoxville. No. All over ESPN, all over national news headlines. Paul Feinbaum talked about it. And people ranking Nico about maybe from like a 6 to an 8. I feel like that's being way too generous. Just as long as they didn't say from 9 to a 10, because that's when I would have had to have called some people some idiots. Not any particular people, because I don't know the names of any of those people. I'm just saying, like, people in general, whoever would have put that, which that hasn't happened and won't happen. But if it would have, I would have had to been calling some people some idiots, because that would have been idiotic, honestly. The fact that you even put him from a 6 to an 8 is stupid. Because he's not 5 stars. He's definitely not 6 or 8 stars. And But anyways, point is, he got kicked off the team by his own doing for skipping there I go again. For skipping practice and his meetings, and may I make a suggestion? Don't have your father part of your agency. Especially with the NIL stuff, because families can get greedy. Especially if you're a big-time college football athlete and we're talking about NIL money in the millions. Like, use your brain, Nico. And any of you out there that are college football athletes. Don't do what he did. Don't have your father on, or your mother for that matter, or any of your family for that matter, on your agency. So, like I said, he'll be entering the transfer portal on Wednesday. I might keep tabs on it, I might not. But that's your sports update. And Bob Kessling and I believe Steve Early, general manager and I believe vice president of the Vol Network, will be at Bristol Motor Speedway. Or they were at Bristol Motor Speedway yesterday. Or at the Food City at least. I don't know if they're still at Bristol Motor Speedway or not. But anyways, very surprising to find that out. Very cool. Wish I could have went. But anyway, so that is your update for today. Needless to say, a very interesting update today. That was mentioned so many times during the Orange and White game today. On the Vol Network, Mike Keith, Ramon Foster, Brent Hubbs, Jason Swain did a pretty good job. Very nice. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So, yeah, interesting football season. Come August, maybe an even better football season since Nico Maliavo is no longer on the team. Thank God he was not a 5-star quarterback. I don't care how many of you want to sit here and claim he was to my face. I don't care. Because he wasn't. And there might be 1% of people agreeing that he was a 5-star quarterback. With their family and friends. You know, but I'm not of that 1%. I'm of the 99% that disagrees. He was not a 5-star quarterback. Never will be a 5-star quarterback, in my opinion. But anyways, that is all I have for you today. That is my rant. And I do want to apologize for not getting back into the basketball scores while all that was going on. Kind of, you know, my sleep schedule started getting all wacky, and I wasn't really doing shows all that much. And in fact, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for this news today. I actually thought about not doing this, but then I decided, hey, why not? You know, why not do it? But so here I am. Honestly, I'm not gonna worry about the basketball scores, both men's and women's, because that's over. both men and women lost, and due to the men losing, that was Bob and Bert's last broadcast. The Tennessee and Houston game in the NCAA Elite Eight, so they didn't make it to the Final Four, which is sad. So, best of wishes to you, Bob and Bert, on your retirement. Really sad. Gonna miss you guys and listening to you. But here's to the future of relaxing and just hanging out with your family, because I know that they sacrificed a lot. You all sacrificed a lot, to do the games, and thank you all for doing that for us for 26 years on the Ball Radio Network. And it's very special for that last Lady Vols game in the NCAA tournament. They played, I believe it was Texas. Mickey Dearstone, who retired back in, I believe, 2022 when Brian Rice took over. He was on there with Brian Rice. So, very nice. Anyways, that's all for today. However, I will be on here with you for an hour or so. Voice tracked. I'm going to quickly lay down some voice tracks, and we will get off the YouTube stream after doing that and let the show run. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the music that I have in store for this hour or so. And yeah, that is all. Gonna lay down some voice tracks and talk to y'all with another show here. Hopefully soon, somewhere down the road. If not, talk to you at some point. Because, I mean, here's the thing. Even though I didn't tell you the scores from the rest of football, or not football, the men's and women's basketball seasons, if I'm tired, don't want to do shows, don't feel like doing them, I'm not going to do them. I'm doing this purely because I enjoy it, and it's my station, and that's why I have my station, so I can enjoy it and not do shows if I don't want to. So that's why, because I didn't feel like doing them. So sorry about that, but that's just how it goes. Anyways, hope y'all enjoy this music, and I'll catch y'all back here very soon with another radio show. Of course, I'll be here voice tracked, but anyway, I'll catch you back here live, voice tracked, whatever. Anyways, very soon with another radio show. Have a great Saturday. And if I don't talk to you before Easter, happy Easter, because it's coming up. So have a great weekend, everybody. See ya. And bye for now. Okay. Excuse me. All right, there we go with Luke Combs and Fast Car for you on this Saturday afternoon. I'm Kid Coggins here with you on the Tri-Cities Best Country. I've got Thomas Rhett on now with Angels Don't Always Have Wings. All right, there we go with Luke Combs and Fast Car right here on the Tri-Cities Best Country. I'm Kid Coggins here with you on this Saturday afternoon. Here's Thomas Rhett now with Angels Don't Always Have Wings. Ziggy, Open Live 365. Ziggy, yes. Ziggy, stop. That is Jackson Dean with Fearless, The Echo, right here on the Tri-Cities Best Country. All right, there we go with Jackson Dean and Fearless, The Echo on the Tri-Cities Best Country. All right, there we go with Dirks Bentley and Feel That Fire. Right here on the Tri-Cities Best Country. I'm Kid Coggins here with you on this Saturday afternoon. Happy to be here with you. I've got Scotty McCreary on now with This Is It on the way. Florida Georgia Line with the Cruise. Stay tuned for that next. That is today's country from Florida Georgia Line with Cruise on the Tri-Cities Best Country. And yes, I know I've got the stream still going. That's Patty Loveless. Blame It on Your Heart. Right here on the Tri-Cities Best Country. Yeah, great country classic right there for you this afternoon. I'm Kid Coggins here with it. Got the latest on now from Cole Swindell. Here's Forever to Me. Good. Do that one again. All right, there we go with Patty Loveless. It's Blame It on Your Heart right here on the Tri-Cities Best Country. Kid Coggins here with you on this Saturday afternoon. I've got Cole Swindell now for you with Forever to Me. All right, there we go. It's Rodney Atkins for you this afternoon with Cleaning This Gun. Come on in, boy. How about a country classic on now from Rodney Millsap? Here's Smoky Mountain Rain, right here on the Tri-Cities Best Country. All right, there we go with Bailey Zimmerman and Religiously right here on the Tri-Cities Best Country. All the way, I've got Blake Shelton along with Pistol Annies and Friends with Boys Around Here. But first, here's Brett Eldridge with Mean to Me. All right, there we go with Bailey Zimmerman and Religiously right here on the Tri-Cities Best Country. I'm Kid Coggins here with you. Brett Eldridge is on now with Mean to Me. Ziggy, Open Live 365. Ziggy, yes. Now I'll probably get copyright for this. Ziggy, stop. I think the dang overlay disconnected. Which, that's fine, and probably eventually delete the stream. I don't know when though, but I probably will, because I literally streamed this for testing purposes, honestly, because just seeing if it would actually work. Turns out it does. So let me actually finish out these voice tracks. See. See how many. All right, there we go with Blake Shelton, along with Pistol Annies and Friends. It's boys round here, right here on the Tri-Cities Best Country. Now here's Joe Worley with "Have You Forgotten." I said, but I don't care. It's Tim McGraw for you this afternoon with "I Like It, I Love It," right here on the Tri-Cities Best Country. Here's Lainey Wilson now with "I Would If I Could." It's Chris Stapleton for you this afternoon with Millionaire. How about a little Judds for you now, rocking with the rhythm of the rain. I'm not going to talk over that one. It's the Judds for you this afternoon with Rockin' with the Rhythm of the Rain right here on the Tri-Cities Best Country. All right, that's good enough. All right, got those two checked. Got a few more to do. It's Taylor Swift for you this afternoon, taking us back to the early 2000s off of her album Fearless. It's You Belong With Me, right here on the Tri-City's Best Country. It's Platinum Edition. It's Cody Johnson for you this afternoon with Human. Of course, his latest features Carrie Underwood, and it's called I'm Gonna Love You. Right here on the Tri-City's Best Country, I'm Kid Coggins here with you. The Chicks are on now from back in their Dixie Chicks days with Wide Open Spaces. All right. That's good. That's good enough. That's Diplo and Jesse Murph with Heartbroken right here on the Tri-City's Best Country. Here's Old Dominion now with Never Be Sorry. Okay, got a few more to do. Let me let it switch to the next song and. It's Alan Jackson for you this afternoon. Why did I want to say this morning? I have no idea. I hadn't been to bed yet. That's why. Anyways, it's Gone Country for you. Here's Jelly Roll and Lainey Wilson now with Save Me. And do the last break. It's Jelly Roll and Lady Wilson for you this afternoon with Save Me. I'm Kid Coggins out here. Thank you all so much for tuning in this afternoon. Hope everybody has a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it may be. And above all else, a great weekend. I'll talk to you hopefully very soon with another radio show down the road sometime, hopefully. So until then, See ya. And bye for now. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, good. So, I'm glad this worked. And I hope everybody has a great afternoon, great evening, and a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye for now.